Students, in the last class, we have discussed about water, which is a very precious resource. Today, we will discuss about the next chapter, that is forest, our lifeline.
In this chapter, we will discuss about the composition of the forest. We will also discuss about the characteristics of the trees present in the forest and how the plants or the trees maintain the balance of oxygen and carbon dioxide. We will also discuss about the food chain that is present in the forest and the various importance of forests in our daily life. Forest is a natural habitat for different kinds of plants and animals. They provide food and shelter for animals. Some of the common animals found in the forest are lion, tiger, elephant, monkey, deer, snake, zebra, jackal, etc. Here in the picture is given lion, tiger, elephant, monkey. They are taking shelter from the forest. Besides animals, forest has several kinds of trees, shrubs, herbs, climbers and creepers. Some of the common plants include teak, bamboo, neem, amla, sal, etc. The forest floor and some of the trees were covered with creepers and climbers. Creepers and climbers, they are weak plants and they need some support for their growth. Creepers usually take horizontal support and climbers, they take vertical support. So, we came to know that in the forest different types of plants and animals are found. The plants which are usually green in color, they are capable of making their own food and we call them as autotrophs. And the animals which can't make their food, they directly or indirectly depend on the plants. These animals we call them as heterotrophs. And there is also another group of organisms called saprotrophs which feed on dead and decaying materials and convert them into humus. They are also called as decomposers. Characteristics of the trees in the forest. Trees are tall plants where their branching takes place at the top. This branching part of the tree above the stem, we call them as crown. The shape of the crown differs from tree to tree. It may be rounded in some, while it might be columnar or cone-shaped in others. Due to the difference in the shape and size of the crown, different horizontal layers are found in the forest. This we call them as understory. Here in the picture, it shows difference in the height and the shape of the ground. The branches of these tall trees, it look like roof over the other plants in the forest. This we call them as canopy. So now let us see food chain. Here in the picture is given maize producer which is eaten by the locusts, that is the primary consumer, and this primary consumer is again eaten by the lizard called the secondary consumer, and this lizard is again eaten by the snake, that is tertiary consumer. So here the organism which feed on this plant often get eaten by another organisms and so on, and this forms the food chain. Various food chains are present in the forest, and all the food chains they are linked together. If any food chain is disturbed, it affects other food chain. Now let us see with the balance of oxygen and carbon dioxide in the atmosphere. During respiration, plants and animals take in oxygen and release carbon dioxide. This carbon dioxide that is released during respiration is taken in by the plants during the process of photosynthesis and release oxygen. So here in the diagram that these plants they release oxygen during the process of photosynthesis, and that oxygen is utilized by the animals and we humans, and upon respiration it liberates carbon dioxide which is again consumed by the plants during photosynthesis. So the plants have to maintain the oxygen and carbon dioxide in the atmosphere, and that is why forest is called green lungs. Forest is a dynamic living entity full of life and vitality. Forests harvest a variety of plants providing food for the herbivores. Due to the large number of the herbivores, a large number of carnivores are also present, and the decomposers help in maintaining the supply of nutrients to the soil, and the nutrients are again absorbed by the plants, and the plants become food for the herbivores, herbivores become food for the carnivores. So there is a lot of organisms in the forests, and this greater biodiversity of the organisms helps the forest to regenerate and grow. So now let us see the importance of trees. The roots of the plants or the trees, they help in absorbing the water, and it reduces soil erosion and prevents from flooding. During the process of photosynthesis, they release oxygen which all living organisms use during the time of respiration. During respiration, carbon dioxide is released by the living organisms, and that carbon dioxide is used by the plants for making food. They provide food and a lot of medicine and gives a cooling effect to us. So we need to plant tree and save our heart. The products obtained from forests includes timber, gum, paper, honey, medicines, etc. Some of the medicinal plants include aloe vera, neem, mint, tulsi, Indian pennywood. So from this chapter, we come to know that forest is a natural habitat for a large number of plants and animals. It helps in maintaining the balance of oxygen and carbon dioxide in the atmosphere. They also help in bringing good rainfall. They absorb rainwater and helps to maintain a water table. It prevents from soil erosion and provide medicines, timber and many other useful products. So forest gives a lot of uses for us. So we need to cut down the trees from time to time. This cutting down of the trees, we call it as deforestation. So if we keep on cutting down trees, one day or the other, there will not be any tree on this earth. So we should remember to plant tree after cutting down the tree. Let's plant trees, save the forest and save the earth. Thank you.